When Dave Donley poured concrete for a living, he saw outsiders come up and take Alaskans' jobs. During his decade in construction, he also worked his way through law school and has since become the state's leading advocate of local hire. Dave Donley has fought for constitutional local hire laws since 1984 and has served as consultant to the legislature on local hire. Dave Donley is a lifelong Alaskan fighting for Alaskan jobs, and he needs our help. Dave Donley, State House.
Bernard's a special place to live. It's changed a lot since I grew up here, but I still wouldn't live anywhere else. Hi, I'm Dave Donley. I think the key to good government is making sure that citizens have a say in decisions that affect their lives and families. That's why I'm out knocking on doors. It's important for me to know your opinion on issues like education, crime, and neighborhood problems. That way when I go to Juneau, your ideas will go with me. Hi, I'm Dave Donley.
Dave Donley for State House.
The Daily News endorsed Dave Donley, saying Donley gets the job done. The issue is leadership, and the choice is clear. Dave Donley for Senate.
Okay, tell me what you want from your state senator.
Well, I think they should be funding education better.
Did you know that Senator Dave Donley fought for and won a new, fair statewide school funding system and increased funding for Anchorage schools?
He sounds like he has his head on straight. Dave Donley did that?
Your Senator, Dave Donley, is also a leader in the fight to keep politicians from using the permanent fund to pay for more government.
I'd have to give him an A+ for that.
Senator Dave Donley, strong, effective leadership for West Anchorage.
Dave Donley cares about the kids that are the future of Alaska. And the intensity that he has is something you can't teach anybody. You can't tell them how to do it. It comes from within. It comes from his heart. And I think that intensity that Dave shows in political action for kids is truly amazing.
Dave Donley for Senate.
Dave Donley is a very effective legislator. He gets things done. He's a hard worker. We can depend on him.
Donley cares about the kids that are the future of Alaska.
I like Dave Donley because he's energetic, he's a hard worker, and most of all, I like him because he's my son. Okay, Dave, take it away.
Okay, Dave.
Sometimes, a leader's record speaks for itself. Dave Donley. He's recognized as Alaska's leader on anti-crime. He stood up for victims' rights and equal pay for women at work. He's championed jobs and better roads and increased funding for our schools. Dave Donley. He's been a good senator.
We had a major toxic fire in Anchorage last year, and the Anchorage firefighters saw a crying need for some hazardous materials, equipment, and training. We went to Dave Donley, and Dave made it happen. Dave is one of the most effective legislators from a public safety point of view that you could ever hope to have.
Dave Donley is one of the most effective anti-crime legislators we've ever had in Juneau.
We've come a long ways in the state of Alaska, and I think every victim in the state of Alaska can be thankful to Dave Donley for what he's done for all of us.
Sometimes, a leader stands out. Dave Donley, a leader in the fight for jobs, who fought for local hire. A leader who's gotten tough on crime, with more than talk. A leader in the fight for better schools and opportunities for women at work. Dave Donley, a leader, a lifelong Alaskan with a record of success. Dave Donley for Senate.
Senator Dave Donley sponsored and voted for more state funding for education and revenue sharing for city government. That saves the average Anchorage homeowner over $500 a year in property taxes.
I didn't hear about that. Who did that?
Dave Donley also voted against politicians raiding the permanent fund.
Good work. I like that. Thanks, Dave. And my wallet thanks you, too.
Senator Dave Donley, strong, effective leadership for West Anchorage. Okay, tell me what you want from your state senator.
I think they should stop worrying about new taxes and get spending under control.
Did you know Senator Dave Donley supported budget reforms that reduce state spending by hundreds of millions of dollars?
I'm glad somebody in Juneau is thinking right.
Dave Donley also voted against politicians raiding the permanent fund.
Dave Donley did that? You're a good boy, David.
Mwah.
Senator Dave Donley, strong, effective leadership for West Anchorage.
Alaska women and families have a real friend in Dave Donley.
He voted for family leave and sponsored the new infant care law.
Dave's been a great leader protecting victims of crime.
Dave Donley voted for health insurance for Alaska's kids.
Dave helped get $20 million more for Anchorage schools.
Dave Donley even wrote the new law for protecting our pets from cruelty.
Dave Donley sponsored equal pay for women. Dave Donley really cares about Alaska women and families.
Strong, effective leadership for West Anchorage.
Sometimes a leader's record speaks for itself. Dave Donley. He's recognized as Alaska's leader on anti-crime. He stood up for victims' rights and equal pay for women at work. He's championed jobs and better roads and increased funding for our schools. Dave Donley. He's been a good senator who will make a great mayor for Anchorage.
What can Dave Donley do as mayor?
Well, I can tell you one thing. As mayor, I'd fix the problem here at Lake Otis and Tudor. It's a mess, and a lot of our streets have gotten way too congested. As a senator, I've secured more funding for Anchorage roads. As mayor, I'd make Anchorage road improvements a top priority, because if we don't, our traffic problems are only going to get worse.
Dave Donley, a mayor who will make roads a priority. What can Dave Donley do as mayor?
As a child, I attended this school, but now too many of our schools are in desperate need of repair. Class sizes are too large and teachers stretched too thin. As mayor, I'll make education a top priority, because Anchorage needs more than just good schools. We need excellent schools to be competitive in the new world economy. I'll make sure that our kids get an education that's second to none.
Dave Donley, a mayor who will make education a priority. What can Dave Donley do as mayor?
We have a beautiful city, but property taxes in Anchorage are way too high. As mayor, I'll find ways to cut city spending. I have a record as a fiscal conservative, and I was one of the few senators to vote against using the permanent fund to pay for state government. Because the answer isn't finding more money for government, the answer is finding ways for government to do more with less.
Dave Donley, a fiscal conservative for mayor.